Mahashivaratri is famous for fasting and keeping awake. And majority of us, we think fasting means not to eat anything. And keeping awake means somehow or the other, watching movies or doing something or the other and to keep awake. But we should also know what is the real thing. Fasting, we call it as upavasa. But upavasa really means dwelling near. Upa, near. Vasa, dwelling. Dwelling near. That's called upavasa. And jagara. Jagara means to keep awake. Jagrata. Jagrata, keep awake. Upavasa, dwelling near. And jagrata, keeping awake. Awake. Awake to what? Awake to the reality. That reality is constantly shining, illuminating all the experiences of the BMI, body, mind, intellect. To keep awake to that illuminating consciousness, Chinmaya, to keep awake to it is Shivaratri. Upavasa is dwelling near it, being near it. That's called upavasa. But when we understand fasting means, the real fasting is not to eat through any sense organ. We think only through mouth we eat. We eat through all the five senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. This is the eating. Seeing is eating. Hearing is eating. Smelling is eating. Touching is eating. Tasting is eating. So seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching is eating. So fasting means not seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching at the senses level. That is called fasting. And fasting at the mind level, not feeling anything. And fasting at the intellect level, not thinking any thoughts. Hi, Swamiji, this is so easy. And I do it regularly after a nice dinner. And after maybe 1 hour, I go under my comforter, lie down, and in about 10 minutes, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not smelling anything. I'm not tasting anything. I'm not touching anything. I'm not feeling anything. I'm not thinking anything. In 10 minutes. And then gone. Means merely not seeing, not hearing, not smelling, not tasting, not touching, not feeling, not thinking. That is not. That's a 50%. Then what? Keeping awake. Not sleeping. If sleeping off is what the rishis want you to do, why they should give you, ask you to be sadhana chatushtaya sampanna, viveka, vairagya, shamadhi, shat sampatti, mumukshutvam. Why all these disciplines? Not perceiving, not feeling, not thinking is you're withdrawing from the realm of change. And then keeping awake to the changeless reality. So withdrawing from the realm of change is fasting. And keeping awake to the changeless reality is awake. So keeping awake by withdrawing. Turning your attention to the changeless consciousness, which is illuminating all the change. That changeless consciousness is Chinmaya. And Chinmaya is illuminating all the changes at the physical, at the emotional, at the intellectual. And if I am a Sakshi, that's more good practice. Sakshi of the BMI, Sakshi of the experiences of the BMI, Sakshi of the experience of the mind and intellect. Being a Buddhi, Tadvritti, Sakshi. That is the reality. Sakshi is the reality. To be the Sakshi is to be the reality. Means you are not involved in the activities of the BMI. You are not a participating person. A witness is the one who is not involved in the incident or accident or event. So if you are a Sakshi of the BMI, you are not involved in the activities of the BMI. You are a silent spectator. Means you are awake and watching the activities, but you are not involved in the activities. You are a silent spectator. Means you are awake to your real nature, which is akarta, abhokta. So being awake to that and watching the activities, the play of the plurality. This is Mahashivaratri. Hari Om.